Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm starting to wonder if I have readjusted this damn camera. It seems like it's much closer than it used to be. I might have to go in and do some adjustments somewhere. Let's see. There we go. We can see how to donate tonight. Let me know how I'm sounding. I got here very late, very evil, and trying to get, well, you know, I don't guess I need the book propped up on that piece of tape. First time I looked at it, it looked like the tape needed to help it out a little bit. See John Cena's children's book there in the background. I got some special things that we're going to say about that in a little bit, about the John Cena book, about the picture that we've had up for auction. Apparently nobody watches this show has the money to get. So we're probably going to have to wait and sell that when I do another personal appearance somewhere and put it in front of some people. And more than likely here by myself tonight. Why? Because as you can see, as of right now, I don't have the beautiful SOKEYA, the Cambodian Queen of Bling, here with me as of right now. And but we do have a special announcement about that a little bit later in the show. Her appearance was very popular. It was her first ever podcast. We broadcast that on the Twitter, the X, or whatever you call it, the Facebook, here on YouTube, and there were postings made on Instagram, some short postings made on, what do they call it? The Tick of Talk. And she was very well received by everybody that saw the show. The Asian girls in the Philippines loved her. They called her honorary Filipino. They thought she was Filipino. There for quite some time. I explained to them that she's from Cambodia, but a close neighbor. The king is a little ruffled up here on one of the, what was it, this one here? Says the king on the side of it in case you can't read. There you go. Haven't wore this shirt in quite some time. I said, well, you know what the hell? We'll pull this one back out and wear this one. So more than likely here by myself tonight. Boy, we've had a lot of small requests that have come in. Let's see. Tyler Fries has got a membership, wants to know how it's hanging. Hanging the same way it was hanging yesterday. Lloyd says hello, does not have a badge. To my knowledge, has not donated. Let's see. Vanessa's in here. Well, it's not Father's Day yet. I got 1 hour and 55 minutes to go before it's officially Father's Day here. I know in the Philippines, it's already Father's Day. Hi, Scooby. You gonna come up and say, come here? You want to come up and say hi to everybody? Come here. Come on, say hi. There you go. There, big Scooby. His microphone's in my way, man. So get the microphone because it just had my, well, a very short appearance out of Scooby there. And, oh God, what else? Yeah, we can talk a little bit about those of you. If any of you have any little stories you want to tell about your father or Father's Day or anything like that, you all know my history. My history for Father's Days are not that good when it comes to being the son of a father. The one that's still living, not a whole hell of a lot of good things to say about that guy. Let's see here. Cheska is writing this, and Cheska, well, what's she showing me? Apparently she hurt her hand. No, she might have got her nails done. Maybe she got her nails done. Cheska, if you're watching the show, I will check out your nails in a way. It looks like she got her nails done, maybe. My friend Maria James, we just helped out to get internet for her family and her kid that works in the, today she's working in the Makati area to where when and if I do move to the Philippines and if my son ends up going, that is where we would live. Is as expensive as Makati is, it's about 1/3 the price to live there that it is here. So at least it is an option. And at least if this country is worse than I thought it was, and if there's more racists in this country and more people that would vote for a rapist and a convicted felon than a senile old man. See, with the other one, you get the senile old man and a rapist and a convicted felon, countless other charges to come. But at least I have a place to go that's 1/3 the price it costs to live here. And so many of my sweet friends live there. Jelly Bean down that way. Let's see. Her brother is trying to sell a phone, but obviously we need somebody in the Philippines. It was about a $500 phone, $550. Then he lowered it to $400 because it's only 5 months old. He's getting ready to get married, and he wants to sell his phone. My common sense advice was you shouldn't have bought the fucking phone if he's getting ready to get married. Probably should that $550 aside. I think this is her brother. I could be wrong. I think it's her brother. But he's trying to sell his phone. So it started out, he bought it brand new 5 months ago for $550. Now he's getting married. He lowered the price to $400. Then he lowered it to $350. And I kept explaining to my sweet friend Jelly Bean, I said, honey, no one over there's got that kind of money. And no one over here is going to pay that kind of money and have it shipped from the Philippines to here or even trust they would get it. Cheska tells me those are fake nails. Well, they look very good. They look very good. If you're watching the show, Cheska. No, they look great. I've always dreamed to buy some. Okay. Well, those are on somebody else, I guess you're telling me. All right, well, we'll talk about that after the show. Let me know how much fake nails cost, because a lot of times you guys want things that are a luxury item to you, and you tell me it's so expensive, and then I hear the price, and it's not that big of a deal. So, but yeah, Jelly Bean, I wish I could be of some help to you, but no one over there's got $200 to drop on a phone, and no one over here can buy it. And it's a lot of goddamn money for a phone in the Philippines. I don't know where he got the $550 to buy the thing to begin with. But if he knew he was getting married 5 months ago, and it's just me being a dick, which is what I'm the king of, he shouldn't have bought the goddamn phone. He should have bought maybe an $80 phone, maybe a $100 phone, save the other $450 for when he got married. Now he's in a pickle. So here's my advice. Don't get married. There you go. Let me see what Cheska. So I can't see you guys because I'm reading messages. They're fake nails. I always dreamed of buying some like that someday. Oh, okay. She got some graduation money, and she used some of her graduation money. She just graduated as a senior. Y'all have seen me show Cheska on here before. And okay, well, great, Cheska. Show me a picture of you with your new nails and your phone we got you. And that would be a great picture. And I probably can't show it tonight, but we'll try and show it Tuesday. And but no, the nails look great. How much are fake nails? I thought you was wanting somebody to help you get those. I needed to know a price before I could make any promises. But no, they look beautiful. I'm glad you got those with some of your graduation money. That's great. And you got your own phone now. You don't have to borrow the neighbors. You haven't had your own phone in quite some time. So I'm happy for you, Cheska. They look beautiful. And so whenever you get a chance to post for a picture with your phone and your new nails, do that, and we will show it on the show. I'm very happy for you. Cheska will be turning 20 years old. I know that sounds old when you hear about these people graduating, but many times they have so many hardships, they miss a year or two of school due to having to stay home and help take care of other kids or illness and just various shit like that. And there's lots of kids over there that don't graduate till they're 19 or 20, but she's 19 right now. And turning 20, God, I think it's in January. She'll correct me. But no, the nails look great. I'm very happy for you. Jelly Bean, I wish I had better news for you on what to do about that phone. He's lowered it to 10,000 pesos. So now the price of the phone is just under $200. I'm sure it's a great phone, but we can't buy it for anybody because that's 61. That's 3 families' food for 30 days. We feed 3 families for that for 30 days for what that phone would cost. So we can't sacrifice that. And, and plus even in America, $200 of just random money is a goodly sum of money, as my good friend Raylan Givens would say. My other good friend, Anthony Scaramucci, was on CSNBC today, or MSNBC, excuse me, talking about what an idiot you'd have to be to vote for the guy that he used to work for. And we're sure that people that have made that decision, their minds can't be changed anyway. So let me go back to StreamYard here, see if I can see some questions. Let me acknowledge those of you that have took the time to bother to show up in here at 10 o'clock tonight or a little bit after. Stephen Fowler's in the house. He's one of our newer members. Nice to see you, Stephen. We got Naughty Nicole in here. Naughty Nicole and I traded a few words just before the show today. Tyler Fries, are you a new member? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I do not remember your name. But as I said earlier, maybe Lloyd Ivester will get motivated and maybe become a member before the show's over. Who knows? Vanessa's watching the show down in Auckland, not Auckland, New Zealand, but however you pronounce her city. Mylene's in here today. Mylene's the one that we helped visit her family recently. I bought your book on Amazon. Unfortunately, it's not signed. Maybe one day. Or give me another option. Give me another. Let me move some shit here. Got a lot of shit to move. Or moving a lot of devices. I got 3 different covers here, but I'll just show this one. Or you could have not been a little cheap bitch, and you could have just bought one here right off me from the show, and they're signed and shipped to your door for the low price of $30, and all profits go to feed our families. We shipped out a bunch of these this week. We shipped out a bunch of the Scaramucci books this week. Several of you got your books yesterday and today. I think Bob Hazelwood, who's still apparently milking and faking his illness, because I guarantee you, if SOKEYA were here tonight, SOKEYA, excuse me, did I call her SOKEYA? That's somebody else I'm dealing with in India. SOKEYA, I have a SOKEYA and a SOKEYA. One's in, and she's not in India. She is actually in South Africa, Durban, South Africa, to be exact. And so my names are getting mumbled and jumbled quite a bit today. But you could have just bought one from me, and it would have been signed, and it would have been personalized, and you get a few little extras with it, and the proceeds go to feed my family. So you could have done that, but you was a cheap little bitch, and you bought one. Of course, it ain't gonna be signed on Amazon. Wouldn't think, unless someone bought mine and sold it on Amazon. But thank you, Yellow Balloon. Let's see here, and also Yellow Balloon didn't bother to get a membership to the show, and to my knowledge, has never made a donation. So we shouldn't be expecting them to spend the $15 extra to get the book signed. Yellow Balloon going, if that is your real name. Yellow Balloon going, God damn, taking a beating here. What's Mr. Fowler got to say? Mr. Fowler, you ordered a book. Did you get your book yet? I think you ordered a book. Did you get your book in the mail yet? Jazzy Jana from Louisiana, how you doing? That is an awesome shirt. I agree. I don't wear it very often. I can't make this one sleeveless because I'd have to cut the words king off from it. So, and TC from the NC's in here. So I'm going to see if I can find some readers of some type. Those look like they might get the job done. Because if we don't have some donations coming in, I ain't going to be here long. I've sent out a shitload and it ain't looking good. Well, I don't know. Hang in here. We'll see. We have one donation. Good old TC from the NC with his $10 donation. Thank you, TC from the NC. And he is the only donation of the night, but he always donates. We'd love to see some new people donate for a change. We don't get that very often from new people. Doesn't happen that often, or some of you haven't donated in a long time. It's the Biden economy, man. I can't buy anything. It's the Biden economy. Number 1 economy in the world, according to even Fox Business News yesterday. Number 1 economy in the world. Most of us are making more money. I just got a raise, thank God. And had to beg and plead for it, but I got it. And I had not gotten a raise or asked for one in 7 years. So I decided, you know what, it's been 7 years, and I did some calculations, and I determined that I was eligible and had earned a 21% pay raise. So, of course, the boss man tried to talk his way out of it. And, of course, I said, well, okay, there's other people out there willing to pay me more. And you have a decision to make. So a decision was made, and I got my fucking raise. So waiting to hear who needs help, who needs what. Let's see here. The main one, not a monster donation to help this particular individual, but our little Jin, who we got her water turned back on. Well, I can't say we, it was me. I had spent about $180 helping a few of the people that needed help that could not wait for the Thursday show or the Saturday show. So I spent 180 of my own money to get the ball rolling for them. But Jen let me know that her electric is due. Oh, fuck. I can't remember if she said the 16th or the 18th. Let me see if I can find her messages. Doesn't matter. We're going to have to send it to her today to make sure she's got time to get it down to the electric company and get it done. And let me see what the amount of that electric bill was. So give me just a second. Is she on the, did she mention me on the Pixel Pro or? Let's see here. No, that's the wrong Jenny. Here we go. Let's see here. It's due on June the 18th, and her electric bill is 1,690 pesos. So that's about $35 and a little bit of fees, and then transportation money to get to the electric company. So about $40 will take care of her electric bill and transportation to get there. I'll pitch in a few extra bucks so she can get her something to eat at Burger King while she's out and about. Pick up a little something for her and her elderly family. We did get her water bill turned back on, but they're taking their fucking time doing it. They will come and turn it on in one day for a $25 fee, but otherwise they're making her wait 10 days. And we'd already spent a shitload of money, so we didn't have any extra money to pay the $25 ransom fee to the tech guy, I guess you'd call him, that comes out and hooks her water back up. And she was 2.5 months behind, so we paid the bill. Now they want $25 more. Jelly Bean, you do realize I'm trying to do a show, right? He said, Kenny, even half he can accept my Kenny. Well, I mean, if it's half of $200, that's still $100. And I don't know who's going to do that. You know, I don't think we have anybody in here willing. I mean, I'll throw the question out there. If there's anybody in here that wants to buy Jelly Bean a very nice phone for about $190, and so her brother can get married, and then she would sell her phone for maybe 8,000 pesos, 6,000, 8,000. I think she's got like a laptop combo phone thing, and she could sell that and give her some money to survive on, get the things she needs. I don't know who's going to do that, but I threw it out there. Like I said, if somebody had approached me 5 months ago, I could have given much better advice. Don't do that. I mean, there's lots of shit out there I would like to have too, but you have to make decisions. There's the things you want, and there's the things you need, and then the things you must have, like water, electric, various things like that. So, I mean, I get it, but he had to have known 5 months ago he's getting married. So there we go. So happy Father's Day for her. Kevin Mars says hello. How you doing, Kevin? John Paul's apparently in here. John got his book. Oh, John Paul, so you know, you were the first one out of state that ordered the Anthony Scaramucci book. We sold a few of them in state, and they had already come by here and picked up their books, like the Tea Maker and some various others. But you were the first one out of state to get your Anthony Scaramucci book, and I sent him a picture of your book. You didn't pose with it like a little bitch, John Paul. You should have posed with a picture with it, like I'm asking everybody to do. And but I did send him the picture you sent me, and he wrote back and said thanks so much. And then I told him where the book was going, and he thought that was pretty funny. He said, being in a Maryland prison, maybe Trump will get a chance to read it one day, so you might have to order a few more copies. So Tea Maker wrote me and said the book was very insightful. He's read quite a bit of it. Just to give you another close up, I got a few copies left because he did send me some extras, and that was nice of him to do that. From Wall Street to the White House and back, Mr. Anthony Scaramucci. He was on MSNBC today, as I mentioned earlier, and got a few copies left. And quite a few of you got your books yesterday and today. There's some of you that are going to get your books according to the tracking numbers I looked at. And I sent Mr. Scaramucci my book, which he will be getting, it looks like, on Monday or Tuesday. So I'm hoping he'll post for a picture with my book, as I have done with his, but he's got a little bit more clout in the television world than I do. I'll do you one better. I'll get you. There you go. There you go. That's even better. That's even better. I like that. That's pretty good. And like I said, Kevin Mars in the house, Jazz Janet. And when I'm talking about donations, I'm not talking about those of you that donate all the time, and especially that donated on the last show. It would be nice of you to see some that come in here and help out. One of the, you know what? Just let me check my email real quick and try and check out. Apparently, Tommy Fierro is speaking again. But my original video where I was really letting Tommy Fierro have it for editing my show back in around 2007. And I just fucking let him have it. Oh, Eunice needs a oil change on her motorcycle. And as you know, we're trying to pay off her house. We owe today we owe 3,500 pesos, which is $70. The house will be paid for, ladies and gentlemen. They will own the house. We fixed the roof. I think we still have to pay the labor, but the mom thinks she can raise the money to pay the labor. If not, we'll help out with that maybe next week. But we owe $70 to pay off Eunice's mother's house, and it will be totally paid for. Other than the demolition money, which they have agreed to wait on. So when the other house is demolished, they get 10,000 pesos. They have agreed to wait on that part of it. So I'm just trying to go through here and see who we owe what. Let's see. Maria James says that she could use $20 to get a 30-day supply of internet so that her kids can do their homework. I've already sent that to her, and I told her I'd try and raise it back on the show. I try to be as transparent with you guys as possible. The kids needed to do homework a couple days ago, so I sent it to her after the Thursday show. So Maria, we're trying to take care of a $20 deal for her. Marion needs her battery fixed on her phone. We bought her a phone a few months ago, and it was a used one that we got at a real good price. Marion had not had a phone for her and her kid to do work with for quite some time. She says the battery's very bad and that she can fix it for 1,500 pesos. That is about $30. So I told her that I'd mention it on the show tonight. We'd do the best we could. I know these numbers are adding up, but there's lots of us in here. There's 50 people watching the show minimum right now that it tracks. And it's amazing how much $5 or $10 goes here and there to help these people get this stuff done. I have already spent about $250 this week trying to help people stay above water, keep water running, keep electric on, keep people from getting evicted, shit like that. Honey Rose needed some grocery money. I've already sent it to her. That was another a small amount of money. She's one person that lives with her sister, but the sister is very selfish and does not share. So she needs about $20 to $25 so she can go to the grocery store and get her some groceries to last her for about the next week or two. Believe it or not, $20-25 will get you about a 2-week supply of groceries there. Not like we eat, but at least they can eat. At least they have something on the table every day. So that's the little Honey Rose that needs that. If y'all are tracking, and I'm just going down here checking out the request and seeing who all requested what. And Chris needed medications and food and rice. We got her medications paid for and a little bit of the food, but she said she could really use another $30 for food. She said that will buy her enough rice to last her at least 20 to 30 days. And that's on Chris. We got her medications paid for. We've already done that. Nicole going, I wish I hadn't asked what everybody needed. Ruby May, we just got one more payment left on their house. We're waiting to see when they need that payment. That will be 2,500 pesos. That's about $50 to pay off their house. We paid for their electric. We paid for half of the house. We paid to get food, medications. As you remember, she got put in the house. And it was SOKEYA that paid for $30 of her medications that she needed when they found out she had the urinary tract infection. So SOKEYA single-handedly took care of part of Ruby's medication. Ruby was very thankful, made her a little dance video that if I knew how to upload it, I'd show it to you. And I know she calls me daddy, but if I were her father and I were living there, she's learning some pretty good moves. She's learning some pretty good moves that I would wish my 15-year-old daughter wouldn't know how to do. But, oh boy, there's a reason that I had a son. I would have been the worst father for every girl. There would have been bars put up on windows. Boyfriends would have been getting beaten up. It would be bad. We have another donation from Miss Nicole on Venmo. She has donated $20. Let me see if she has any place specifically she wants that to go. Okay, she told me where she doesn't want the money to go. Yeah, I get it. No, there won't be any small donations going in that direction. I promise you. You've already heard my speech. The U.S. Open 4K washed out. That's a Reddit post. Apparently, the 4K option was not that good. Anybody watching golf ought to be ashamed of themselves and thinking that they're living the experience by watching a non-sport in 4K is beyond me. White Castle's offering 20% off for Father's Day. Well, God, I guess I know where I'm going tomorrow. I love White Castle. I wouldn't be offended if I got took there, to be honest with you. Let's see here. We did get confirmation that Main Event is going to let SOKEYA and her 5 children come there to celebrate just whatever they haven't been. And she said over 2 years. Oh, my God. The high temperature tomorrow, 95. But management saw the segment on the show, and they said, we will take care of her, just get a date put together. And also a couple of our food sponsors contacted me, and they said, we heard what you said, and we will make sure that she's taken care of. So SOKEYA will be getting a little financial relief. And plus, everything she's going through and as hard as she works, she still donated on the pre-show, the show she was watching, and then said, can I come on your show? And then the show she did, she donated during the show. So she donated $50 herself, which, you know, when you got 5 kids, that ain't easy to do. So I wanted to give back to her through help with our sponsors. And 3 of the 4 have agreed to do that. We have not heard from the good folks at McDonald's. And I'm sure 2 Rivers, if she wants to make the trip out there, will take them. But then again, we're probably going to have to rent a vehicle to take her out there because she got 5 kids. Well, 4 of them would probably go. The 4-month-old would probably stay with the father. But you got to have seatbelts for the kids these days. This ain't like in the old days when I would throw 8 kids in a car and 4 of them would be in the back seat of a truck, and can't do that anymore. Kids got to be buckled up. So we might, to get her to 2 Rivers, that we either might have to find somebody that has a vehicle that can handle 4 kids and 2 or 3 adults, or rent something. But I would love for her to have that experience out there. So we will work on that. And maybe there'll be a rental car company around here that might donate a vehicle for a day. We'll talk to them as long as we insure it. I don't, who knows? So those are the list of things, but it looks like only 2 people have donated, and that is Nicole and TC from the NC. So we got a grand total of $30. That is less than half of what we need to pay off Eunice's house, which they got to have their payment today. So if we don't raise it, you know who gets to pay that. Apparently, Bob Hazelwood, by the way, who made a post to SOKEYA on the comments of the show. Oh, by the way, I'm fully recovered. Apparently, Kenny didn't want us on the show. Go figure. I'm totally recovered. So I assume that now that Bob is recovered and there's no Dallas Mavericks game tonight, no Dallas Stars game tonight, nothing affiliated with Dallas is going on tonight, nowhere to be seen. I guarantee if SOKEYA were sitting here in a seat next to me, or if she was on the screen, old Bobby Lapdog Hazelwood would be over here licking the screen. And so would the other one. So would the other one. He chimed in, but no SOKEYA, no help. You're on your own, Kenny. Good luck to you. Bob did write me and tell me that he got his books today. So we're glad he got that. Glad he got that because he bought the Dusty Rhodes book. And we haven't sent him the Cody Rhodes autograph picture yet because it would have got bent and when I sent it to him, man. But he got his Scaramucci book and his Cody Rhodes book. I was about to jump in, but well, no, you weren't. I've been here 36 minutes, and now you were going to jump in. Aren't you a sweetheart? You weren't jumping in. You're just trying to make me feel bad, trying to make me look bad, which ain't hard to do sometimes. Bragging, the only guy got a wrench. I guess maybe Coltrane's got one. I don't know. Yeah, so I shamed him. I shamed him because he was only coming on if SOKEYA was here. So I shamed him. He lets me sit out here and struggle for 36 minutes. Yeah, 36 minutes he lets. Oh, I was about to come on. Ain't nobody buying that. Let's see here. What else we got? So we got a grand total of $30 in donations. Bob, you might not have to worry about it because if $30 is all we're going to raise, and I've been here 36 minutes and there's about 50 people watching. So I just got back. Oh, you still doing the dog sitting? I didn't realize you still doing that. Poor Bob. Let's see here. No, I didn't realize you were still doing the dog sitting thing. I'll give it till 10:45, but so far, guys, we got $30, and that's from the two people that always donate. No one else has done a thing or offered a thing. So, what do you do? TC from the NC and Nicole. Jazzy Jana donated on the last show. A few other, I think, Michigan Mike and a few others have donated recently. And but for those of you that we haven't heard from them in a while, it'd be nice to hear from you. You should get Jana to come on. She did a great job. Well, I'm not going to have Jana be embarrassed by nobody donating. I'm not going to have her be embarrassed by that. We will schedule her on at a later time because I might not be here 10 more minutes. We will schedule Jazzy Jana back on. She did do a great job. I will be the first to admit that. Maybe one of these nights, Nicole would like to come on and help us out. Nicole, if you're not too camera shy and would like to come on and help us out sometime, we'd love to have you. And I did need to make an announcement. We were going to have SOKEYA on again tonight. That was the original plan. But her work schedule got adjusted and a couple of other things came up to make it very difficult for her to be able to get here on time tonight. So we had to make some adjustments, and we are going to do a special Wednesday night show with me and SOKEYA Wednesday night to tell the rest of her story about Cambodia and how she was adopted at the age of 8. We're going to start the process of trying to help find her two sisters based on the information that we got. She sent me some information today that I needed. My son's going to be helping me out with that because he has a vast interest in Cambodia, has always wanted to go there. He wants to go there, Vietnam, Manila, some South African countries, and or countries in Africa, including South Africa. And but we'll schedule a show down the road that Jana, because Jana's had a very tough schedule lately herself, and Nicole has been working a pretty tough schedule. She didn't even get the comment on the last show. Nicole just made her donation, and she's been very busy lately. So, but yeah, if Nicole wants to come on and help us out sometime, get Jazzy Jana scheduled in here sometime, that'd be great. Hell, maybe we can have them both on the same. Maybe we can have an all women show. Me, because I'm pretty. All right, maybe not. And SOKEYA, Jazzy Jana, and Nicole. And we'll have the first ever. Well, the trolls say I look like a lesbian, so maybe I'll count. Maybe I'll be an honorary female that night, and give the trolls what they want. You know, or we'll just take me out of the camera and we'll just post up my female version of me. We could do that. So it's 10:35. If we can get another $40 in donations between now and 10:45, I will stay longer. And if Bob wants to come in and help, then that will be great. But if we're going to be here this long and make $30, I will thank Nicole. I will thank. They say I look like I think that might have something to do with it. Yeah, and the prettiness, and the thing I always say to these ignorant ass people is, what does a lesbian look like? Because you see one type of look, she must be a lesbian, and then you see others that are lesbian or gay or bi or whatever, and you'd never have a clue, or at least I wouldn't. You know, they don't fit the so-called prototype. So what does a lesbian look like? And then the trolls are, you? Oh, okay. All right. Well, at least we got that covered. So either way, I take it as an honor to look like a lesbian, because now I can have anybody I want. The trolls are and mentally ill as well, but we've covered that. They're all watching right now. I promise you they're all watching. So you heard everything that we got going on. I don't even know what a wish version is. You'll have to help me. Well, that's one troll's opinion. There have been many trolls' opinions. Are you still watching Renee's show? Really? Okay. Somebody was talking to me the other day about how good this show is and how good the show looks and how good the sound is and why do some shows get more views even though they're more famous, but you watch the show and there's no energy. People pee a lot on the show. The co-hosts aren't very good. I'm not naming any shows in particular. Just apparently there are some shows that fit that description. And why do they get so many views? And someone pointed out to me, well, Kenny, they not helping yourself. He never does. He's not very smart. He's from Bullitt County and he's not very smart. That's why we won't let him live in Jefferson County, because he's not very smart. He says a lot of stupid shit. And then when he gets high and drunk, he says even more stupid shit. And so he's very fucking lucky to be here, to be honest with you. But we take pity on him, even though he never brings me pasta. Generic version, great value version of Jim Rose. Okay. Keep going. You haven't donated either, I don't think. Tightwad little bitch. Well, wait a minute. Well, guys, Bob, if you're on standby, guess who saved the day? Guess who bought more time? Coltrane using the that'd be good. Is Coltrane watching the show? I haven't seen him comment yet. Did somebody get hammered? Because I don't see the hammering. But Bob, somebody has saved it, because you saw Bad Chris in here right now. Bad Chris is here, and I'm thinking, you know what? Being as Bad Chris has now upset me, and he's quoting other shows that I do not do anymore because of how they let shit go down there, how they let trolls come in and then laugh about it and didn't do anything. So I quit doing his show. And apparently some trolls had said he hammered Bad Chris. Oh, he hammered Bad Chris. Oh, good. Well, that'll teach him. Is he hammered permanently or for 5 minutes? Because I didn't see the band hammering. I didn't get to see it. Is Bad Chris permanently hammered or for 5 minutes? The ghost. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't know you could do 24 hours. I didn't know that was an option. I've learned something tonight. I guess I'm gonna have to get myself a wrench. I didn't know. We're up to 50 people though. So maybe so Bad Chris, who has now been hammered, ain't gonna do shit. Bad Chris ain't gonna do any shit now because he got hammered. He probably ain't gonna do shit anyway. I hope you're still watching Bad Chris, you shitbag, coming here promoting other shows that have bad co-hosts that are normally drunk and sleepy, and some people pee a lot. But no, there's a lot of shows out there that don't. I don't think. I ain't trying to blow my own horn, but I think this is a fairly entertaining show. As long as you're not over here being a dick, we put up with a lot of shit. You can ask Bad Chris. Bad Chris is probably already, well, oh yeah, there's no doubt about that. So, Bob, if you want to come in and help out for a little bit, we are gonna have, as it stands right now, because she's subject to what her work needs from her. We call her the Queen of Bling because she sells jewelry, fine jewelry at Dillard's, and she did a big special yesterday. She said it did very well. We helped promote it and got the word out, what they were doing, what was going on. People going over there buying jewelry for Father's Day. She asked me if me and Chris needed anything. I haven't worn jewelry of any kind since 1987. I'd never known my son to wear anything other than a nice pair of sunglasses. I'm not a jewelry guy. I used to wear the fake shit on TV. And, I used to wear the fake shit on television, but fuck, none of that stuff cost over $20 between the watches and the necklaces and all that. We didn't tell anybody that at the time. What's Jazzy Jana got here? And then I'm going to get to what good Chris did in a minute, because Bad Chris didn't do shit but get himself kicked off the show. Every time you bring up Renee's show, I think that where people were called gay and all sorts of things in the comments, and I cringe. I know. And they'd sit there and laugh about it. And they'd let the trolls come over there that I kicked off this show, and I said, I'll do your show. But you know, if I'm going to get rid of the troll, and if I'm going to protect you when you do my show, because people will come in here and try and talk shit about him, and I wouldn't let them do it. About other people I've had on this show, Bob, we've always, no. If anyone's going to talk shit about the guest, it's going to be me, or Bob or Coltrane.
I never talk shit about the guests.
Well, you won't. I will.
Not while they're on the air. Anyway, I wait.
No. We'll wait till they go. We'll wait till they go off the show. Back to the strawberries and cream tonight.
So Bad Chris says he wasn't trying to be a dick.
Oh, it seemed like it.
He was just relating what they were saying.
Well,
So
why would he even know? Why does he even still support that show?
it was a year ago. He said.
Oh, he was going back on
Yes,
memory.
he's such a
Just
great
like when
memory.
just like when he reflects back to the things that were said on that old show that I told him if I ever caught him on again, we would ban him for life. His memory's real good when he's drunk and or high.
He's like Johnny Fever in that episode.
He's like Johnny Fever, all right. Johnny Fever smoked a lot of fucking dope. What I remember. Well, Bad Chris, so you know, I was putting up with your shit. I was the lesbian you were referring to, and I was putting up with your shit. It's my good friend Coltrane, who's been at a family reunion in Omaha 19, and he hammered your ass. I have about 18
Coltrane, man.
No, don't mess with Coltrane. I got about 18 of the creamy coconuts left. I didn't drink one tonight. It wasn't special enough night. Now, if SOKEYA were here, I'd have 2 of them goddamn creamy coconuts and pouring them all over my goddamn head. But that's not the case.
Working on the old Diet Pepsi there.
The Diet Pepsi. And I have not drank very much of this.
I don't like the tricked up sodas. I don't like I don't like vanilla Coke.
Hey,
I don't like cherry Coke.
Yeah, you don't like the gimmicky Cokes.
I
love the gimmickies. I mean, I love the regular. I think how else can I? Well, you tea maker, and as you know, the person I confuse you with all the time, T that lives upstairs, he can't function.
Not the maker.
Not the maker, but T. We have the tea maker, and we have the tea. I don't think the two have ever met. I'm not sure they're not the same person. T come down today and took out my trash today. That was very nice. I was just sitting on my porch, and he just came down, noticed it was there, and took it out for me. Dr. Bill Irwin. Well, there's a donation that ain't coming. How you doing, Dr. Bill? At least he's got a badge. At least he has a badge. At least he got a badge. And but no, so Mr. Maker, if I may, you can't function without it. We know Bad Chris can't function without it. My good friend upstairs, not the good Lord. Did the good Lord, was he a weed piffer or no? A weed puffer?
I don't know that he puffed any weed during his.
I heard he was good at woodwork. I got a badge and
was a carpenter.
He did. Like I give 2 fucks if you're packing heat. Like I give a shit.
Man, no, that means he's just eating hot wings.
Plus he's in a fort. Yeah, he's eating hot wings. All right, well that's good. That's good. Timmy Lee's in the house. There's Timmy Lee.
Jesus did convert water into wine. He didn't convert grass.
Now, did he do that, or did Moses do it?
No, Jesus.
Or did Moses do it through Jesus? Because
parted the Red Sea. That was his big deal.
Well, why didn't he turn it into wine and really show off?
Well,
can you imagine how drunk those fucks would have been once they got washed up on shore?
Ground. Like, so he gets his guys across the ground and says, "Hey, yeah, Egypt."
Or why waste good wine?
Exactly.
Why waste good wine? Waste seems totally, in the words of Neil deGrasse Tyson, seems totally logical to me.
Yeah.
See, it adds up.
So, apparently, congratulations are in order to Jelly Bean's brother, who's getting.
Did he sell the phone?
No.
Oh no! Congratulations for the wedding.
Congratulations on the wedding, which I just found out about today.
I just found out about it yesterday. I found out yesterday, and I had a lecture, as you've been hearing. I've been lecturing. I'm a finance specialist with other people's money. I'm the Donald Trump podcast. I'm amazing with
other people's money. It's our money that ends up, or the donations that come through. So it's other people in that way.
Oh, I need to get back to Good Chris for a minute because we got so dedicated on Bad Chris. The reason we're still on the air is that Good Chris, watching the show, wanting to help the people that enjoy watching the show. And apparently, it's about 50 of you. And I've left Facebook and Twitter open tonight for the non-donors because not one donation has come from either place. Good Chris has donated $45.
Well, thank you, Good Chris.
45. So we have a total of 75. So we have exactly enough money in for me to send Eunice or the other half of her payment because I paid the rest of it myself. So I could use a little help. So we can now pay. And they said they had to have the money today. And it's another one of those 2-bird things. The reason they sold them the house so cheap is that they have a son who has to have a lot of apparently mental therapy. And he's also epileptic on top of that. and he now has to go to Manila to meet with a specialist. And so the reason that they sold him the house for 20,000 pesos and needed 10,000 of it up front was so that they can take their kid to Manila and get this medical work done. So, so not only are we putting Eunice's family into a house that will be theirs, we're also basically financing
until some guy from China comes in and says, "No, this is my land. I've got a piece of paper."
Yeah, well, it's not like we can't speak from experience. This house is my house. The house over there is also my house. From the
you thought it was your house, but
yeah,
no,
you wish it was your house. Yeah, you bought from the wrong fucking con man. Damn it. So yeah, and until then, and Bob and I have discussed what we've done with the previous house. Now, remember, we've known Eunice for roughly 4 years now, and we were adding up how much money we spent, and we figure we spent rebuilding that house in the neighborhood between me, Bob, and the show, and Bob spent a lot of that. We spent roughly 50,000 pesos, give or take. Bob went away there for a minute. There he is. He's back and 10 pounds heavier. That didn't take long. What'd you eat? What the hell? Oh, I think his internet conked. He might have had to reboot his internet or something. It said not connected, and then it went away from what I could see in the grid. So he'll be back in a little bit. So, where was I going with this? So Good Chris donated the $45. He is the reason that we are still on the show. That was good. Yeah, I saw it said not connected. Did you have an internet issue?
No,
over there?
my headphones died.
Oh,
I
yeah, that
happened. Charge them, and then.
Do you use your headphones all day because they seem to always need to be recharged?
No, I don't. I use them for this show only, but I typically don't recharge them until like after 2 or 3 episodes. And
okay, I got you.
I haven't been on in a few days.
Oh, okay.
Or a week or a month or so. However long it's been since I've been on.
Now, on this end, all I do is I just hit echo cancellation, and I've never really.
Yeah, I know, but you have to remember that I've got to like mute all your cuss words so that my poor dad doesn't have to hear you.
How old your dad? How old your dad?
He's 80. Well, you know what?
Right.
He is 87 as of 2 days ago.
Oh, well, how did we not wish him a happy birthday on the last show? Oh, that's right, you weren't here.
I wasn't here.
SOKEYA,
you were too busy oogling the young lady.
Yeah, I certainly was. And then I saw you oogling her too. I'm fine. I'm fine. I could have been right there, man. I was right. I was ready for the hot tag.
I did say that afterwards, so just to make it look like.
I know. Bolin wouldn't tag me. Bolin was trying to shine the whole match.
He's refusing to tag out. What's wrong here?
Bolin's exhausted. He's sweating profusely. He will not tag his partner.
Exactly. So, did you watch any of Clash at the Castle today?
No, I haven't seen a frame. I forgot it was even on.
Yeah.
It
wasn't a bad pay-per-view, but
I called Chris at 4:00. He said, "Well, I forgot it was on too." I said, "Do you want to watch it tonight?" He said, "Not really."
Yeah, and it's one of those things you can read the recap on what happened.
One match that was in there, including Drew McIntyre. Who did Drew have?
Drew was up against Damian Priest.
No, well, that's why I didn't give a shit. Okay.
Cody and AJ Styles in an I Quit match.
Okay. All right.
There was Sami Zayn against Chad Gable.
Boy, have they just derailed Sami Zayn to where no one. It ain't what it was.
There was Bailey versus Piper Niven, the former Dewdrop.
You can tell me about that one because I could give less than 2 shits.
They actually made it look like, and Piper Niven's from Scotland, right? So
I didn't know that either. So,
so there's
2 people from there.
There were actually 3 home crowd.
Did they actually try to make her babyface at all, or no?
Oh, she was a total babyface for the match. I mean, the fans were behind her. Oh gosh, yeah.
Well, now, Bailey's the biggest babyface in the company now. How did they pull that off?
Now, see, what didn't change the way they acted, right? They didn't act babyface. It was like the crowd was just going to cheer them because they were
just the crowd. The
crowd was behind Drew the whole time. Wouldn't make any difference.
You know what? I'm going to tell you why they suck at their craft. Because when they booked me in LaGrange, normally in LaGrange we'd be lucky to draw 200 or 300 people. When I booked my first show in LaGrange, and I was managing D'Lo Brown. He had a little level of fame back then. And I went to LaGrange in a limo, and I cut promos negatively on LaGrange for like 2 weeks about how they need to build me a statue. They need to
rename the high school.
They need to name Main Street after me, Kenny Bolin High. I mean, the promos for 2 or 3 weeks were what's this shitbag mayor doing? Why hasn't more been done to worship Kenny Bolin in LaGrange, Kentucky?
Right.
I will not walk to the ring unless I see 100 yards of red carpet. Yeah, I will not even go to the ring unless I see 100 yards of red carpet. So I laid the groundwork out there that I'm not coming out there to be a hero or a babyface or represent LaGrange. Right. And I would say a strong 95% hated my guts. And then I had some old high school friends that were there that just weren't.
But those are the ones that hated your guts in the first place.
Most of them, that's down. It was 98%. I actually picked up a fan base.
You have a couple of fans.
I picked up a fan base. I was hated in high school because I was always being a bad guy. I was practicing for what I was going to do. I said, well, if I can make these fuckers hate me, the rest of this shit should be easy. So, I hate it when you go back to if you can't turn your hometown against you, then you're not a true heel. You're not a true heel. Turn the hometown. You turn the hometown against you. Now you've done it.
It is really difficult these days to make someone be a heel because they're just.
Me and Dutch were talking about that a couple days ago.
Part of it is I think there's the merchandise sales.
So few people want to be a real heel anymore.
Well, it's because you lose merchandise sales. If people hate you, they're not going to buy your shit, right?
He was talking about me coming. He said you're the only person that's ever come on my show that was willing to turn everybody fucking against you and not give a shit. He said everybody's wanting to sell something, promote their show, be likable, don't say anything to offend anybody. He says you came on and you took James by surprise. Is that you were insulting our fans? You were insulting me. You were going against our rules and ethics. So fuck yeah. That's what fucking heels do. And I said, I don't mind. I said, and if you come on my show, I'll make you the big baby face. But yeah, we were talking about that, is that in the business today, and but Triple H didn't seem to mind being a heel. He had enough proper teachings in him that when he turned heel, or went back from being a babyface, he didn't mind being a heel. There's so few people that want to be real heels anymore. Right. And
I think a lot of it's merchandise sales, because the real heel, I mean,
how much money you need?
There is no,
how much money
more than they have, whatever it is, it's not enough, right?
Whatever it is, it ain't enough. Exactly.
No one would buy Freebirds merchandise back in the 80s until they were baby faces. And then,
now see, I could have sold the Freebird shit selling. Lawler sold a little merchandise as a heel.
Yeah.
I was one of the ones that bought it.
You were the one that buying it, right?
I was the one buying
it. In fact, I remember Terry Garvin used to tell me that Watts would find the heels if he caught them merchandising anything. Right.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I was told the same thing at OVW. I wasn't allowed to sell shit until I became neutral as the heel broadcaster, but they decided I was neutral.
Right.
And I was no longer, so I was allowed, and that's when I started making a killing at OVW, is when I could sell merchandise 90 minutes before the fucking show started, and the heels weren't allowed to do it. And I was normally way more over than the baby faces. And as Danny said, you're the face of the company. You're the one they all know.
Right.
And as my guys got called up, they would sign shit for me to sell.
Right.
So between my own shit, my own DVDs.
And then the stuff from the...
And I didn't even have my book when I worked at Oak. Can you imagine the money I could have made if I could have went around all the town selling my fucking book at the goddamn table for $20 or $30 or whatever it would have been back then? If I'd only did the book beforehand... Idiot me. And the other thing I'm doing to help out with the additional Scaramucci books, for those of you that do not have my book yet, if you buy a copy of Anthony's, and it's $65 ship, because it's $30 just to buy the unsigned version online. We had a guy in here earlier who will not speak anymore because I've called him a cheap little bitch because he doesn't have a membership. And he bought my book from Amazon. He bought it but unfortunately, it's not signed. Maybe one day. Yeah, maybe one day you'll fucking pay for the autograph version. How that shit
Or you'll just pay for an autograph.
You could do that. I could sign you a little piece of paper for the $15 you saved, plus shipping, and then you can just glue that in your book.
Well, like Scaramucci does with the labels.
Yeah, Mooch did that with some of his books. He's got the little sticker there put in, signed, and it glows real good, shows real good.
Just to prove that did not lie. We have my
There it is.
dusty
There
book.
it is.
Dusty book.
And
It's not autographed, although I may change that here pretty soon. To Bob. The dream is real. The dream is
and
real.
you know, this is going to sound
And there's
terrible,
my
but
Scaramucci book with the
autograph. There it is.
Autograph, there
But
you
you
go.
can see those real good.
Yeah.
And they're sweet little Ruby May.
Yeah. What you can't read is in very dark blue ink. He wrote around the corner to Bob. How you put up with
How do
Kenny
you do
every
it?
single time. I don't know why
Yeah.
you don't bother to show up when I'm on the air. Love,
Yeah.
Mooch.
Yeah. What's with the heat? What's with the heat?
What's with the heat?
Is
it because of the New York Rangers? Is that what it was?
It could have been. You might have pissed him off about that Ranger shit. Ruby May is in here. One of these days, I'm going to have to ask Ruby how she pronounced her last name. But Ruby's in there. Hello, Daddy, Sir Bob, and Ruby and I had a lengthy conversation yesterday. She wanted to thank SOKEYA. SOKEYA fell in love with Ruby. Ruby sent some dance videos that I forwarded to SOKEYA, and SOKEYA fell in love with Ruby, and she paid for Ruby's urinary tract medications. And that was done solely by SOKEYA. I made sure that Ruby and her mother knew that, Art. And she's back home feeling much better. She's modeling again. She's doing dance videos in the street. And I just love. And I was talking to SOKEYA because she was telling me about when she was adopted out of an orphanage at the age of 8 years old. And I said, you know, I never had a daughter. I said, but there's 3 kids on here that I'd probably adopt in a heartbeat. One of them would be little 9-year-old, soon to be 10-year-old, little Art Gel, because they said they looked at my picture and they picked me. Well, if Bob wants to show up the pictures, and I'll just show them, you know, throw up Art Gel first, just our favorite little picture of Art Gel. I mean, if I'm looking to adopt a kid, say I'm married,
He's
or
an
even not,
or somehow, but
yeah,
and
even if he's not wearing the shirt. Even if she's up for adoption and not wearing my shirt, you look at that picture and you know the kid needs a home and she's 7, 8, 9 years old. How do you not want to adopt that kid, knowing that you can give her a better life?
I don't know if we still have
and then we can show 13 or any of the Rubies. Probably should show the 13-year-old Ruby. Yeah, go ahead and show all of Ruby's pictures, being as she's watching the show. Because I told her
so there's Ruby.
Yeah, so there's
Ruby.
2-year-old model Ruby.
There's the little girl that we first
that's the one we first met, sitting on a rock washing dishes. So we got her a table and chairs for $25.
Look, I no longer have to sit on a rock.
Yeah, and she's so happy.
2 years in 6 months.
Yeah, she was 13 then. Now she will be 15 November 29th.
Another month later, I'm going to be 18 years old.
Yeah, another month later, another month. And so that's our sweet Ruby May, and I adore her. I love her to death. I've only video chatted with the family once or twice, and her mother, you know, she types and understands English far better than she speaks it or hears it. So her mother helps translate, and she's really getting much better. And when we had our first video chat, she said it's really like I got the video chat with my daddy for the first time, because she's never met her real father. He abandoned her when she was a little baby, so she's never met her real dad. And she said people in school would ask me who my daddy is. And she says, you bought us our blankets, our bedding, our sheets, pillowcases. Then you got us tables and chairs. And you got us food. You paid our electric. There's a little part, Joe. How do you not adopt that kid? I mean, none of these kids, to my knowledge, are up for adoption. But if they were, and much like SOKEYA's mother saw her picture. I would love to see what SOKEYA looked like when she was 8 years old. I'd love to see what mom said. You know what? I want to adopt that.
That's
kid.
The one I'm taking, right?
Yeah, that's the one I'm taking, because she picked her over other kids. And then there's little Ruby May, and of course Eunice I've known since she was 14, and I fell in love with the kid.
Dying,
my poor little baby, my poor little baby. So those were the first pictures I sent SOKEYA of Ruby. It was her laying in the goddamn hospital bed, and she's, "Oh, Kenny, I gotta help."
Oh, look at that.
That's her mother.
I'm trying so hard to be nice and cute.
I'm trying. She is a good dancer. She sent another video that, man, I wish she's got moves I wish she didn't have. She's getting too goddamn. I said, by the time you're 22, you should be trying out for a fucking NBA team somewhere, because she's pretty good.
Mango.
What's that? Yeah, she's very. She might. You know what? Mango might not want to hear this. She might be better than Mango by the time she's 18 or 19. This girl is good. And she is the leader of her dance team in high school. She's also always in the top 3 students when it comes to grades. Very smart, very pretty, very talented. And the kid's got a lot going for her.
Very
And,
nice, very evil.
very, 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 very nice, very evil, very soon. We're waiting. We're waiting on him.
Still.
He'll make it eventually.
Yeah.
He'll make it eventually. I think it's way too similar to Doctor of Style.
Janice said couldn't figure out why you didn't get the WWE. Erwin says you're too similar to the Doctor of Style. I mean, because you look almost like Slick. It would have been hard to tell you guys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm dead like him. Yeah, I'm right on. Yeah. Very thin, very bony, scared of snakes. I'd kiss that snake in the mouth. I wouldn't give a shit. Yeah, Cornette and Slick were terrified of that fucking snake and refused to do anything with it. And they fucked with Cornette one night with it. And he didn't know he was going to meet the snake.
I mean, the python was bad enough, but when he went with a king cobra, that was like, okay.
I definitely don't want anything to do now because I've owned python. I had a 7-foot python when I was a kid. Used to wrap it around my neck, walk down Main Street with it. And trust me, no one fucks with you when you have a 7-foot python wrapped around your neck in Main Street, 1970 in LaGrange. Nobody will fuck with you. And it was bad enough when we had mice on our shoulders. Me and Chris had pet rats, and we'd walk to the swimming pool with them. Oh, we love rats, and especially when I got in the wrestling business. And a little throwback.
Boom.
Yeah, boom. And yeah, there's enough kids that were terrified to even come up with rats. Yeah, well, insider term. So, but Ruby May is doing much better. We're very happy for her, and thanks to SOKEYA for helping out. SOKEYA probably cannot comment if she's watching the show due to the restrictions made. And so if she's watching, or even better, she can come to Facebook and say, hey. Then again, she's probably worn out from her day today. And but I
worked retail. It was, I mean, we came home at the end of the day and you're just beat, you're exhausted.
But we're looking to do a special show on Wednesday. I don't do Wednesday show, but Coltrane hasn't done a Wednesday show in forever, from what I've heard. So I think me and SOKEYA are going to do and finish the Cambodia stories because we really just kind of touched on those a little bit. And
how did you guys meet in the first place?
She has been playing poker with an old high school friend of mine for years and years. And he kept showing me pictures of her. I said, my God. I said, what a goddess. I said, how the hell do y'all focus? He said, oh, man, she's a serious card player, man. We're all very competitive. And she normally beats us. I said, why ain't y'all letting her win? Because then he tells me she's got 5 kids. I said, she got 5 kids and y'all trying to take. I said, let her win. You motherfuckers, y'all got businesses and shit. Let the girl win.
Oh, they're probably too distracted by her in the first place.
Oh, man, she's as competitive as we are. And SOKEYA told me, no, John plays for keeps. I said, that little motherfucker. So I yell at him about it. So I'd known of her for probably 2 or 3 years, maybe longer. And then someone comes up in my friend request, and I see SOKEYA, and I see that face, and it said we had some similar friends. So I went ahead and accepted her. And then she writes and say hi. I write and say hi. And we chat for weeks, not knowing she's the girl that plays cards with John. Oh. And then John writes me. He says, Kenny, my God. He says, every time you say something to her, I hear about it. I said, and I thought it was like negatively. I said, well, all she's got to do is just not ask the questions or me not answer them. So it kind of led to a bit of a tiff that I thought she was complaining about me writing her or answering her question. But no, she was needling John. Kenny wrote me today. Kenny said this. Kenny did that. And John, I think, was a little jealous, to be honest with you.
There you go.
Well, that's what I think. So
young lady, that's for sure.
She's very pretty, not so evil. And
but very nice.
and she says that's what drew her to this show and drew her to me is that what we do for people that we don't know.
Right.
She says, you're also helping Asian kids. I was a young Asian kid that needed help, and somebody adopted me. And she says, I see what you all do, and it just drew me to the show. And so it was weeks went by that I didn't realize SOKEYA was the girl that was kicking John's ass. Didn't know. I just found out like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, that it was the same person.
Very nice.
And he says, you don't remember the name SOKEYA? I said, well, you know my memory. He said, no, I don't know that you ever told me your name. I said, you just showed me pictures of her playing cards with you guys. I'm going, shit. And then you said she's got 5 kids and she's in her 30s. I said, shit. And
Yeah, 5 kids.
and then they told me, so she admitted to me on the show. I said, what's the best you've ever done in your winnings? She says, oh, I've had nights I've won several $100s. I said, what's the worst you've ever done? She says, I don't want to talk about that. So she was very open and very honest and I said, shame on those motherfuckers that they wouldn't at least let you break even.
Right.
Okay, honey, you're done. You're down there. Go home. Go home because we're serious here tonight.
You lost your stake. You're done.
Yeah. So apparently she's pretty good at poker, from what I'm understanding. As a matter of fact, I think she played last night. And I'm sure my name got dropped a little bit, John.
Maybe if they'd let her win, she'd donate more.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Well, John
donated anyway,
right?
Yes. So she donated $50 over the past couple of days. And I told her that wasn't necessary. I said, you gave me your time. And I said, you got 5 kids. The rest of us don't. Yeah. And she donated anyway. So, Bob, believe it or not, I think we're stuck at, yeah, we are. We've had a $10 donation from Tyler. Mm-hmm. I mean, from all the usual sources. Yeah. 3 donations from 3 people with 60 people watching.
Well, and then because we do know that like a few of them, like John Paul said he would donate. He gets paid on Tuesday, right? And
yeah,
he did. Shanna donated last show, so we got a lot of folks that donate really regularly, and those are not the folks that when we want to call you a bunch of deadbeats.
Honey, I told him, honey, and we have made almost no money tonight. We've made a grand total of $70. We don't even have enough to help Eunice with her house payment, to be honest with you. But we'll make up the difference. But I'm so sorry, honey. Nobody in here is going to pay $200 for that phone. She asked me if I just let them know, and I said, yeah. Right. Maria says she's watching the show. She's the one that needed money and help with the internet.
I think you sent that to me.
I sent what to you?
That thing that you just said. I just got it in my messenger.
Oh, honey. Yeah. Who was I supposed to send that to?
Jelly Bean.
No.
Yep.
Well, you know, I'm not lying.
No, that's for sure. There you
go. Honey Rose can't send it.
I'm gonna pop out for just a second. I'll be back in about.
All right. Where'd Jelly Bean's name go? There we go. There's Jelly Bean. There we go. Yeah, I did send that to Bob. I do that all the time. I will accidentally send messages to the wrong person because I'll see it come up in the chat and then I respond. And then I respond to the wrong person. I do that a fair amount. So, yeah, we only, good Chris can only buy you so much time. He bought you all 30 more minutes, and not one other person ever donated after that. Out of 60 people watching the show, 3 people donated. $10 from Tyler C, $20, and all 3 are the ones that always donate and always are here to help. Jazzy Jan, of course, always helps. We're certainly not talking about her. Dr. Bill Irwin's another story. What else we got? Timmy Lee. Timmy ain't got an extra $20 on you tonight. If you don't worry about it. If you're not still watching. The Tea Maker might be busy tonight. He's been busy with a lot of shit recently. Can't talk about that. Bad Chris got blocked. He didn't donate. Yeah, he was talking shit, and he's not here. Let's see here.
He can come back in 24 hours, apparently.
24 hours, yeah. He can come back for the special Tuesday show and the Wednesday show. He can come
not back donate then either.
And hello, Miss SOKEYA. And that was very nice of her to do that because we didn't ask her to do it. She just saw your picture and saw you in the hospital, and very near the very end of the show, she sent the $30. It was right as we were getting ready to wrap up the show. She sent the 30, and she hadn't appeared on our show yet. She was just watching, and was writing me in my inbox, and I think she was commenting over on Facebook. And she saw the picture of Ruby in the hospital. Unlike the rest of you that have seen pictures of these kids and have elected not to do anything to help them, because we got food we got to order and shit. TikTok says I left something behind. Oh, they're wanting to sell me a beautiful ice machine for $44. that normally sells for a lot more than that.
Well, and
Yeah.
who doesn't need ice machines?
Yeah, I think the list on it's $249, and they have a beautiful little ice machine for $44.
Well, you
I've
know,
actually thought about it, but I don't use that much ice. Sometimes you can just buy shit you don't really need
you
or
could
want,
save $200 on buying that, or you could save $250 and not buy it at all.
and not buy it at all. You know, I can do that. So yeah, that's an option. 3 people on a set. We normally do pretty good on Saturdays.
Usually.
This ain't one of them. Damn, brutal. So I'll go over everybody that needed the help. We'll hang around 8 more minutes just because of good Chris. Jelly Bean, you're screwed. They're not going to help you.
Well, I mean, and to be honest,
It's a lot of money regardless.
it's a lot of money, and it's very short notice.
Very
and
short
it's
notice.
Not
Very, very evil notice.
a family emergency, like someone needs medicines or someone
Medicine
their
or
house is
food.
falling apart, or somebody needs food. I mean, yes,
Or a
weddings are
leaky
expensive.
roof.
Go down to the county judge and just get married.
Could do
Elope.
that.
Just elope.
Or
just
as
live in
Bob,
sin.
or as Bob suggested to me the other day, just shack up.
Just shack up. That's exactly right.
Bob and his southern decency.
That's right. Just shack up.
Yeah,
It's a common law marriage. The state has no business.
There
messing
you
around
go.
with the
I
relationships
agree.
with people.
I agree. Let's see. Yeah, Cheska could. Honey Rose said she could use $20 for food.
Marriages and funerals are the biggest scams going on because they soak money that really could go to a million other really good things.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they're so freaking expensive.
Yes.
For like one
funeral,
day's
and then the
worth
funeral
of
plots and the
whatever.
cemeteries and the Philippines are guilty and bad at it, but not to the level of America.
Oh gosh, it's terrible.
And I haven't looked at what other countries do.
So
there's one part where I agree with the Vikings. Put them on a goddamn wooden raft, light them on fire, say your shit.
Waste of a good wooden raft, if you ask me.
Well, and time and construction. I mean, they're but you know, my mother was cremated, and that's not cheap.
My wife was cremated. My mom was cremated.
Not cheap, but at least ain't taking up valuable plot land like Grandpa's doing.
And like one of the folks,
Grandpa taking up a small piece of land out there in Henry County.
And they wanted $7,000 for the funeral. And I'm like, why?
My family wanted me to put on an $18,000 funeral for my mother. Yeah. Oh, well, Kenny, if you don't have the cash, we can just finance it. We'll pay you. We'll help you pay. No, you won't.
No, you won't.
I ran your credit check, and it says none.
When my mom was cremated, it cost us almost $3,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
When my wife was cremated, and this is when they get you like you're grieving because you lost someone. I mean, my wife died suddenly, unexpectedly, and I am in no shape whatsoever to be making any decisions at all.
Yeah.
And thank goodness that she
that's when they want to talk to you.
And she had made very clear in our conversations about different things that she did not want a big fancy funeral. She wanted to be cremated. She didn't want any kind of funeral whatsoever. And I'm like, sure, I will honor your wishes. And my mom and dad helped me get through that because I'm like in no position whatever.
I did not honor my mother's wishes because mom did not want to be cremated. And I said, well, we ain't got 20 grand.
If she
wanted, and if I did have the 20 grand to spare, I would have invested it into living people. And I know this sounds cold as hell to some people, but I'll put 20 grand towards the living long before I'm going to put it towards the dead.
It's even in the Bible. Let the dead bury the dead.
I wouldn't know, so you'll have to.
I know, but I'm saying let the dead bury the dead. Life is for a living.
That's in the Bible?
It is in the Bible. Let the dead bury the dead.
Well, that means we just got to let them lay where they lay and rot
until the zombies come and get them.
Well, or they become one.
I guess the undead would bury the dead in that case. So
yeah. But if you let the dead bury the dead, let's analyze that a little bit. This is worth a donation from some of you deadbeat assholes out there that refuse to help anybody. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to about 55 of you.
Well,
dedicated it right out. 55 of you.
Yeah. Of the 60 that are watching.
Some of you have already donated this week. 50 of you. We'll narrow it down to 50. what we get for letting them stay on. No, now we got 60 people. We've gained viewers.
Right. That's because talking about the Bible. See?
Yeah, because we're talking. Yeah, we hit the algorithm.
Right.
That's what we did.
Show people. Bolin talks about, you know what? Hey,
Bolin
short clip producer.
Yeah, short
Bolin
clip.
talks about the Bible.
Hey, short clip. That's his new name, short clip. Hey, short clip.
Yes, yeah. Thank you. Unfortunately, Ruby May, I do not have any kids, so thank you.
But you are the son of
one.
one.
Yeah, I'm so happy Father's Day to my dad, and I'm very happy that he's still with me.
And from what I know of you, I would think this would be God's way of saying, I did good. We didn't let Bob reproduce.
No reproducing.
And with Kenny, we only let him have one. I mean, we're all granted one mistake.
Yeah, everybody's out of one mistake.
Imagine if there was about 9 of them little Bolin kids running around.
Jeez, yeah.
Maybe if SOKEYA and Kenny had hooked up in the 80s. Holy shit. Well, yeah, it would be hard to do, wouldn't it? Yeah. Oh, shut up. We don't need to hear that. Stop that. We don't need to hear that shit.
Look at all them Bolin kids.
Well, the one on the right is reverse Ruby.
Yeah.
Because she looks about 14 and she's actually going to be 18 in November. Pretty close to Scooby's birthday. Now that's Honey Rose. Honey Rose is 22. Do we have the clip of where she's thanking me for her groceries? Do we have that?
We don't have it uploaded.
It's only like 5 seconds, but her voice was so cool, thanking me for the groceries. And
let me see.
You might even have a picture of the groceries. I don't know. But Ruby, I've even posted it on my Facebook page. If there's ever a kid I'm happy that calls me daddy, it's you. I am honored, being as you've never had anybody to call daddy. And yeah, we've made your life a little better. I wish I could make it dramatically better than what it is. I would rather have you in more than a 7,000 peso house or 75, whatever it cost.
Oh, you only find that picture because you sent the picture of her outside her house.
Oh yeah. Do you have it, or do you need me to resend it?
I'll just have to scroll back a little bit.
Because a couple of people wrote me and said, Kenny. Oh, it was Nicole. Nicole says, Kenny, I did not realize what neighborhoods they live in. I said,
Okay, so there's the video of
Ruby May. Or not Ruby May, but Honey Rose.
Honey Rose.
Yeah, Honey sent me a very short video thanking me for her groceries.
Yeah,
and I love the kid's voice. She's something special. Little Honey Rose.
Who's this dancer girl?
Who's who?
She's dance choreographer. Let me download this one.
Ruby May is the dance choreographer for her school.
It's a copyright strike. What the hell?
We might.
By the way, I just wanted to say our show's condolences to Ricky Morton.
Yeah, my God,
his son passing.
Found out about that the other day. How do we know how he died and what of? Because
I have not heard anything about how he died.
Me either. I don't know how old he was. I mean, Chris said he looks older than me. I said, well, yeah, chances are pretty good he was. I said, but no, I haven't heard why because I didn't see this on Ricky's page. It was one of the wrestling websites.
Right. I saw this.
But yeah, Ricky Morton. If anybody knows how Ricky Morton's kid passed away, well, I say kid, he's probably
son Jonathan. Now, it's not the one who wrestles. This is one who was a singer-songwriter.
Oh, was that what he was?
Yeah.
He looked like a country singer from the picture I saw. I would have thought he would be a country singer.
All right, let me upload those 2 videos. So, okay, here it is. For those of you who think we exaggerate about these poverty conditions, that's Ruby May's house, her neighborhood behind her.
Yeah. There you go.
You want to live in that? I bet most of you would say,
apparently, I bought one of these houses for 7,500 pesos. Well, I should say because I've been getting some help on it.
You probably got robbed.
But I think I spent the first 2,500 on the house and then 2,700 for the electric. We've been trying to get some help for the last payment.
This is Honey Rose.
Thank you for the grocery.
Thank you for the grocery.
I love it. Sometimes she'll go on for 30 or 40 seconds thanking us for something, like when she got her lights.
So again,
one of those colored lights.
Probably have to mute this one because of the copyright.
Your Honor, hindi ko po alam. Your Honor, hindi ko na po alam.
Your Honor, hindi ko po alam. Your Honor, hindi ko po alam.
Wrong.
Your Honor, hindi ko po alam. Your Honor, hindi ko po alam.
All right, that's enough of that. I didn't watch that whole video, or I would not have uploaded it. What a child doing moves like that.
Yeah. She'll be 15 in November, Bob. She'll be 15 in November.
As
I was saying,
I know why you're saying not if you were your 15-year-old.
As I was saying during the show, not my 15-year-old kid or 14.
Not showing it again.
Couple little moves there. That's all right. We're going to take that out of the act.
I'm going to clip that out of the show right as soon as this is over.
I mean, that's a nice move when you turn 22 and you're down at the club. But for now, we're going to take that move out of the act.
No.
But they do what they see on TikTok.
Sure.
And Mango has ruined the youths of America. She's ruined.
Or the Philippines. Right.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I remember Eunice watching her videos going, "Oh my God, Daddy, I could never do that. It's good. Let's keep it that way." Right. The girl doing those moves is 30 years old. She or older than that now, but yeah, she can do those moves. Well, let's keep them out of the 14, 15, 16. I guess it's 17. It's time to break out and get ready for your career, I guess. I don't know, but
yes.
Yeah. So you hadn't seen that video.
No, I had not seen that video.
I did not know she had those moves, and I went, okay, all right. Well,
she needs to lose them.
You better hope Daddy doesn't come there, because the first thing that's going on your paper mache house is bars. They might get through the rest of it. Not mine either. I don't even have mine yet. Yeah, I know.
Prom.
So the Supreme Court.
Bump stocks.
We had a shitload of people shot with a bump stock a few years ago,
and the
even Trump said, "Oh, we got to do something. We got to do something." Even Trump, Mr. NRA himself.
Yeah, this is where sometimes the legal system,
oh my God,
breaks down on technicalities, because
stupidity.
Technically, the law says that it allows you to shoot the gun with a single pull of the trigger. A bump stock does not do that. It means you don't have
because you have to keep pressure on it, and can still fire 400 to 800 rounds.
Right, because the bump stock is making the trigger pull a bajillion times. Right.
Supreme Court says, you know what? Yeah, we had a shitload of people killed with one of those. Why not do some more?
And I think one of the justices that said, well,
it was
you're not applying you're not applying the law correctly, because the law says this and you're banning it based on that. That's not what the Congress needs to pass a law to fix this problem, right? You don't just say, and this is part of the problem,
which they're never going to get as long as we have the Congress we have now.
Right now we have
they're all sold out to the NRA.
Right now, we have the president basically issuing laws by edict.
Yeah.
And it happens on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Executive orders. Executive orders, to me, should never include anything that Congress would make laws about. But the problem is Congress has basically given over its duties of passing laws to the executive branch. And they did this years ago. And that's why laws don't really come out of Congress. It's all executive orders nowadays.
Oh, she's happy to watch your TikTok, Bob.
You'll never see it on this show, child.
Yeah, she got to see her TikTok. Quit
go
hurting
back
that
to
little
being
baby
12.
girl. Well, we didn't meet her until she was 13. We can't
go back to being 13 and don't age until
show 16-year-old Ruby again. Let's show 16-year-old Ruby.
Find her here.
Yes, guys, she doesn't turn 15 until November 29th. I was telling Dutch that we got 3 kids that watch the show that all have his birthday.
So,
and Jerry Lawler's and JBL's.
That's pretty old. That's okay.
Well, and that was within a few months.
No, so stop. Go back to this. Go back to the school and wash dishes. None of that dancing stuff
no more. I want to be a dancing model. I want to be an NBA cheerleader.
5 years. You have to wait.
Yeah, I want to be an NBA cheerleader. So, oh my gosh, I don't know if it's the food or but her mother told me, she says, since she's met you, since you told her she was pretty, since you told her she was smart, now that we have better food in the house, her confidence level is through the moon. And after seeing a couple, her confidence is way up.
Confidence does a lot.
Confidence is way up. But her mother told me that a few months ago. She said her confidence, before she met you, she had no confidence whatsoever. And then she said she meets you. You saw the pictures of my kids sleeping on the floor. Next thing I know, we have blankets, mattresses, pillows, bedspreads, food, a lot of shit we didn't have, electric.
Yeah, well, it's amazing what not living in abject poverty will do for someone.
Yeah, yeah. And Eunice's family was in the same place. Eunice's mother was basically on her deathbed when I met her. And she wrote me. She says, I don't know if your show can help me. I saw your show. I was at a neighbor's house and you were on and you were helping Filipino families. And she sent me a picture of her mother and Behave Bob. And her mother looked like she's about 3 days away from death. And she says, all we have in the house are 3 rolls. And there's 5 of us, but we don't want mama to die. So they wouldn't eat the rolls because they wanted mama to have them. And so immediately we had to jump on and get some shit done, get electric on in the house, get water on in the house, eventually refurbish the house that we thought because grandma owned it, they'd let them stay there. So much for that. Oh, got a nice place now. Let's tear it down and build a business. So 3 people have donated tonight out of 64 of you watching. Really? Really? I hope you all can go to bed at night. I really do. Not for those of you that have already donated. I ain't talking to you, and you know that.
Toss and turn.
You see these kids, and you ain't got $5 or fucking $10 to help them. Like it's going to fucking change your life in any goddamn way. Shame on all of you. Shame on all of you. But the bad thing is they go to bed and they don't give a shit because, well, I'm going to get to have my $40 meal tomorrow. Not everybody watching is homeless and on the streets getting a Wi-Fi signal from their neighbor's window. I know we get that excuse sometimes. I'm on disability. Yeah. And then I found out their disability check is 3 times bigger than mine. So I'm happy to watch the TikTok. Well, yeah, I get it. 3 people on a Saturday night. And I do want to make it clear, we're not saying a word to you that normally donate. Not a word. And we're thanking TC from the NC for his $10, Nicole for her $20, who's already donated twice this week, by the way. Donated $40 on the last show. And then Good Chris for a $45 donation. I'm doing good. Billy, where did your badge go?
And why are you here so late, Billy?
Yeah, you're very late, very evil. Billy, I think Billy donated a little something the other day. Well, I think Billy sent in $15.
Thank you very much, Billy.
Yeah, Billy sent in $15 the other day. So, like I said, I'm not saying a word to those people.
And the problem is we can't give them your names because you cowards just sit in the background and
taking shit,
absorb all this entertainment, and
every time,
and have a good time.
Every time,
and then you're, I'm not gonna say anything because Kenny's gonna yell at me.
Real quick shout out to my friend Maria, who I just paid for the internet for her and her family, and to let her get a few groceries. Sent her a little extra money when I found out she needed food for her kids that she was not expecting. Maria's watching the show. Sent me a screenshot. Now that they have internet, that her and her kids can do homework. She sent me a screenshot of the show. It says order now. What is it's one of the people on YouTube trying to sell something. Order now. And yeah, okay. Well, thank you, Maria, for watching the show. So take a letter, Maria, address it to my wife. Tell her I'm not gonna. But that's a hardcore song.
That is.
Take a letter, Maria, address it to my wife. Tell that bitch I ain't coming back. I'm going to. That sounds like the Filipino national anthem.
Yeah,
remember that song?
Written by a Filipino man.
You know who sang that song?
Tony Orlando and Don.
No, that was Knocked 3 Times on the Ceiling. If you want,
are you sure?
I'm absolutely positive. Take a letter, Maria, address it to my wife. I think the last name was Robbins.
R.B. Greaves.
That might have been the original version. I think another version was done. Hey, Google, who sang the song Take a Letter, Maria, address it to my wife?
Take a Letter, Maria was recorded by R.B.
Well, fuck me. Oh, a black man. I always thought it was a white guy. I always thought a white man
covered
did
by a couple of country and western singers.
Okay, tell me who covered it, because I bet you the
Anthony
cover.
Armstrong Jones
Okay,
in 1970, Doug Stone in 1999,
I bet you the 70 version is
Jimmy
one I heard.
Ruffin recorded this take with Motown.
No,
Wayne
you know what? The
and
Robbins
Sounds of
guy
Joy.
was the West Texas train of El Paso. I fell in love with a beautiful
No,
Mexican girl. Something Robbins.
That is Marty Robbins. Yes.
Marty Robbins. Okay. So Marty Robbins is who I thought did Take a Letter Maria. He never did that song at all?
No.
Okay, well, I bet you the 70s version is the one that I know of then. I'm sorry about my badge. My girlfriend
ate my badge.
did, she took your $3 with her? All right, Billy. Well,
I always thought that was a Tony Orlando song.
no. Tony Orlando was knocked 3 times on
No,
the
I know they
ceiling.
did that. And
By a
Tie
ribbon
Yellow
around the old
Ribbon.
oak tree.
I always
Tie
thought
Yellow
that was a
Ribbon.
Tony Orlando
I
song.
come home and there's like 65,000 yellow ribbons, because she's happy to sing.
Interestingly, I learned something new.
Well, Billy, I'm sorry you lost your badge, because I didn't think you'd had the thing 30 days. Billy, do you care to tell us why your girlfriend left you? I mean, we're still here. Just got my book, Kingfish. I was at my cousin's house, just got home. Gregory Manuel got his Anthony Scaramucci book today. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, and then we'll get more into the songs here real quick. Anybody that buys the Anthony, remember, the money's going to fucking charity, you goddamn losers out there that ain't done anything. Yeah, I'm talking to all 60 some odd of you. If you buy the autographed Anthony Scaramucci book, we got a few copies left. I will throw in my book, which I normally sell for $30 signed, half the price of what Scaramucci, because he's a little bit more famous than me. I will throw in mine for an additional $10. How the fuck can you beat that? I should make it
$2 for 72 autographed books.
Two autographed books. If you don't have mine already, if you already got it, that's not much of a deal. I bet if Billy
but you could always buy it and take it to a prison and donate it.
You could do that, which is being done as we speak. Billy, why did your girlfriend leave you? And why does she take your badge? Very selfish.
Maybe she took his account, but now she's having to sign in with the other Billy sellers.
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to send you. Did I send you your book yet? Nicole, send me your address. I might not have shipped your book yet. So, because I think we talked about it and then you told me I didn't have to or something. But send me your address and I will make sure, because you've done an awful lot for the show. Send me your address tonight, and I will make sure the next time we send out a shipment of books, you get yours. Because I still need to send Bob some pictures that he wanted, including Cody Rhodes. So I need to do that. And anybody that would like to buy for $75 the John Cena book, I will include, because I found 4 autographed pictures of John Cena, 4 different ones. I will include an autographed picture of John Cena to go in the book, $75 plus shipping. So about $80. You do not get the mailbox letters that I have stuffed in here for some reason.
$80. So if you go to an autograph signing and you pay $25 to get John Cena's autograph,
is it that cheap? I'm shocked.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
I bet it's more
you
now.
paid more for it than you would have paid for the 4 autographs in that book. What a deal, people. This is like QVC, man. It's like,
yeah, well, I'm not giving all 4 John Cena autographs. You get the book. Let's just round it up to $80. For $80, including shipping, you get the John Cena children's book and an autographed 8x10, whatever it is, autographed picture of John Cena that will be inside that book. Not too bad. I got 4 different ones. Just take the one I fucking send you and be happy with it. It's a John Cena autograph. But no, I was going through my old shit in my closet the other day. I came out of the closet, as a matter of fact, as a lesbian. Didn't even know. And so there we go. And if you want my book, I got 3 different covers, but there's only one of this, one of the another, and then the white one that you're all familiar with. So what does Kenny think about the direction of WWE is going compared to AEW? Here's what I think about it. Not much. Because until Roman Reigns comes back, I wish Deegan Copeland were watching the show tonight. Deegan, with his vast, extreme knowledge of pro wrestling and how to book pro wrestling, was trying to tell me today about the wrestling business and what needs to be done. Cody ain't getting it done. I said, well, number one, Cody's a babyface. You have to have a very strong heel to work with before it's going to work. I'm sorry, AJ Styles is not that strong. So I'm going to go into a brief little lesson here. I said, but here's the thing. They're still selling out anyway. Yeah, but imagine how many tickets they'd sell if they had Cody versus whoever he threw out. Yeah, there's only so many seats. They're still selling out regardless. You don't make any changes now. Number one, till you have somebody worthy to put in that spot that's a heel that will draw. And number two, you're selling out anyway. Oh, he wanted Orton. He says, oh, this is how we sell out the buildings. We get Orton and Cody. Yeah, absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. And obviously Orton would be the heel. Orton would be the heel. Strong heel. Whatever Orton does is strong. Yeah, I totally agree. Dean, I hope you're watching. Why do it now? You're selling out anyway. Yeah, but imagine how much better the show would be.
Let Cody cool down a little, right? And then you do Randy. You don't. People just and they don't.
Well, and they said he's going to cool down. They all do.
Well, and
they all do. It's part of the process.
Fans do. This is what fantasy. This is Tony Khan. This is Fantasy Booker. They go, oh, I want to see this match.
And then give it to him for no fucking reason with no process.
Why are Cody and Randy going to fight each other for the title? Well, because Randy wants the title.
I didn't realize that Dean Hacker and Edge Copeland were the same person. I didn't know. So yeah, I'm giving you some shit because you're wanting to give the people a match they're not ready for yet, and that there's no need for yet. And we had this talk. And I did say to you, if you would like to come on the show and have this debate face to face rather than being a keyboard warrior, you're more than welcome to come on. Not tonight because we've had 3 fucking people donate all night.
Yeah, we're probably.
Did you, Dean? Did you get your books today? Because a lot of people got their. Bob, you got yours. You're in Texas. He's in Kentucky. I hope the fuck he got his.
Where's your badge, Dean?
I think Edge Copeland has the badge. Mm-hmm. He could get 2 badges. I have 2 badges.
Maybe he got one for.
Yeah, I have 2 badges.
Maybe Billy's girlfriend took it from him.
Maybe Billy's girlfriend took his badge too. We may have a badge thief amongst us.
That woman, she is a incorrigible badge thief. Let me fix this a little bit here. There we go.
Looks like still just 3 of you.
All right, folks. We'll be back on Tuesday. I'm tired of this.
Dean, another day. 60 of you watching, 3 of you donated. We peaked at 66.
So Kenny, if you do want to watch anything on the Clash at the Castle, watch the Cody match with AJ, and then fast forward to the end of the Damian Priest Drew McIntyre match.
Okay, sounds like good advice.
That's really.
I want to thank the 3 of the 66 live viewers that donated tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fuck all these little kids that need some food or need a roof, need electric, need what? Fuck them. Just fuck them.
Thank you, Dean Hacker, for putting in $2 at the end here.
Don't get carried away, Dean.
Could have spent another $1 and got a badge, but that's okay.
Could have spent another $1 and got a badge for 30 days. Could have done that. Thank you. And everybody thank good Chris because he's the only reason that we stayed here for fucking nearly 2 hours.
Only reason I'm on.
The only reason he's on. Bob wasn't even going to come on tonight. So
all right, we'll be back on Tuesday. We have more guests lined up, fabulous guests. We can't even mention them because they're so fabulous.
Yeah, we got more. I'm not even going to bother. As a matter of fact, Lance Russell's son's coming back on. Shane real soon. Me and SOKEYA are looking to do a special show on Wednesday. We have not determined a time as of yet. I'm not even going to schedule Ken Anderson. Just one day you're going to tune in on a weekend and he'll be here.
Yeah,
one weekend
he'll be here. We're going to see
and a couple of other big names have mentioned, but fuck. Thank all 3 of you. Go feed your kids.
Thank you. Yeah, go feed your kids since you're not feeding the Filipino kids.
Yeah, we said good day.